Somebody is not gonna like this, but who cares? This is Benrich Mindset, and y'all know what we do over here. We keep it real. So stop being fake, straight up. Because pretending, lying to kick it, trying to fit into circles that don't respect you, that's weakness disguised as survival. And we don't move like that. If you gotta switch faces just to feel accepted, you've already lost. If you gotta pretend to be someone else so people like you really don't like yourself. And if you gotta lie to be in a room, you don't belong in that room. I know that sounds harsh, but it's the truth. I learned a long time ago, real and fake don't mix. You can't blend loyalty with convenience. You can't combine peace with drama. You can't attach yourself to snakes and expect to fly like an eagle. And that's the real problem today. Everybody want to be seen, but nobody wants to be solid. I watch people bend over backwards for validation, followers, clout, fake love. Whole grown adults performing just to be noticed by people who don't even know themselves. And it's sad, bro, because that type of lifestyle drains you. You ever notice that fake people always got drama in their life? Because when you live a lie, your life becomes chaotic. And you got to be in confusion to survive. And you don't have any truth within you to slow things down. But see, when you real, you got that inner peace. You know that isolation ain't punishment, it's protection. And you stay away from all that. That's why we're about to talk about it. Being fake is easy. Anybody can wear a mask. Anybody can play a part. But being real, that takes courage. Because being real means being okay with standing alone. It means walking away from what you don't need. It means losing people but keeping your integrity. And that's where most people fold. Because they'd rather be fake than authentic in order to be accepted. But us, we don't move like that. We build differently. If I don't like you, I'm not going to pretend to like you. If you cross me, I don't need closure. If I find out you're a liar, you cancel. I'm not going to announce nothing. My energy going to do everything for me. See, when you move in truth, you don't have to explain yourself. Your character going to do all of that for you. No explanations needed. Here's what I realized. People who can't be real with themselves will never be real with you. They're shape shifters. They mirror whoever they think you want them to be. Different versions in every room, new personality for every circle they deal with. But one thing about time, it always tells. That mask on always slip. That's why I don't argue. I just observe people, because the truth does not need defending. It just needs time. You'll start noticing patterns, little inconsistencies in people's words versus their actions. They say they love peace, but they would rather live in chaos. They talk about loyalty, but gossip behind everybody back. They swear they real as hell, but crumble the second it's time for them to take accountability. That's not real energy. That's confusion wrapped in charm. See, I'm at that point in my life where I don't have the time to figure out nobody. If your vibe feels off, I believe it. If your story don't add up, I trust my gut, because energy doesn't lie, words do. So I stop wasting my breath trying to understand people who already showed me exactly who they are. I let them be that. No hate, no shade, no drama, just distance. Because once I understand and understood the value of my peace, I stopped negotiating with cats like that. Cut it all off. and left that life behind. I can be solid all by myself. I tell people all the time, being alone is not lonely if you love who you are. I like my own company. I like my own silence. I like being in control of my own energy, because peace isn't about what's around you. It's about what's inside of you. And once you start protecting that, you'll start noticing how fake most environments really are. They call it networking. I call it pretending. They call it connection. I call it convenience. They call it keeping the peace. I call it walking on eggshells for people who don't deserve your energy. And that's why I'm going to keep it real with you. The reason most people cannot keep it real is because they're terrified of losing access to something faker than what they are. They'd rather be surrounded by lies than face their own truth. They confuse attention with love. They confuse chaos with excitement. They love drama. They confuse exposure with purpose. But not me. I don't do that. I don't entertain anything that costs me my peace. I don't need to be in everybody's conversation. I don't care what's trending. I'm focused on what I need to be doing that makes me feel good. Period. Because pretending drains you, bro. Peace fuels you. You ever been around someone who acts one way with you and a whole different way around other people? That's how you know who you're dealing with. They're a performer. They can't maintain consistency because consistency requires honesty. And that's the part they don't realize. Every fake person eventually exposes themselves. You don't have to say a word. Just keep keeping it real and continue to move with integrity. Their lies will start fighting against one another, and the truth about them is going to come out. Stop chasing closure. Stop asking why. Stop trying to make sense of their nonsense. Because the moment you recognize that fake people can't even sleep peacefully at night, you'll stop giving them your energy altogether. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not holding grudges. I just learned to value myself too much to let people play with me. That's maturity, man. So when you see me quiet, that's not weakness, that's growth. Because I'd rather fall back in silence than fall out of character trying to prove a point. For what and for who? And that's what fake people don't get. Real ones don't need an audience. We do not need validation. We don't need an audience. We good all by ourselves because we don't need nobody approval to get down how we get down and do what we do. We know how to move solo and keep it solid. If you found yourself surrounded by fakeness, bro, check yourself first and start asking yourself, what is it about you that attracted that situation? Because fakeness feeds off of confusion. Once you start living real, those masks that the people around you are wearing is going to start to fall off real quick. You got to have genuine energy. And that's exactly what they love to feed off of. That's why you got to be careful about the company you keep. You ain't got to expose nobody. You ain't got to get revenge. God gonna handle all that for you. Just stay authentic, because authenticity is protection. It keeps your spirit clean. Stop being fake. Stop entertaining fake. And stop pretending like you don't see it when people switch up on you. You can't grow in fake soil. You can't elevate with people who don't want to see you win. You can't find peace where drama lives. Let go of those cats, man, in order to survive. It's self-preservation. Because the moment you choose real over fake, your blessings gonna start to flow faster. Doors gonna start to open for you. Opportunities gonna start coming to you. Stop chasing, become a magnet, and start attracting. That's the real power and where your truth lives. If this message hit you in your spirit, drop me a comment and let me know, what kind of fake energy have you been dealing with lately? You shouldn't be dealing with any at all. Stay real, stay solid, stay grounded, because at the end of the day, pretend it might fool the world, but it'll never fool your soul. Grab one of those books in my library in the description, bro. Level up. Chop all fake and everything fake off at the feet. And as always, I love y'all. I rock with y'all, man. There is no Benrich Mindset without you guys watching. So as always, all gas, no brakes, lock in. Peace.